I'm kind of low on prompts, so I'm gonna have to fill it up soon, but we have enough for today. Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. Today we're picking our March TBR, so we have our trusty TBR jar. There's still a few days left of February. It's only the 25th. Is it actually the 25th? No, the 18th. We still have more than a week left. Holy fuck, I thought it was the 25th. I was like, oh my god, I get paid today. No. I was so happy for no reason. We still have a little over a week, so I might still get to these books that I picked for my February TBR. I only have 2 left on my February TBR, which is amazing because usually whenever I pick a TBR, I don't stick to it at all, and then I don't read any of them, and then go completely off course. But I actually only have 2 left on my TBR, which would be Throne of Glass and Shadow and Bone. Not Shadow and Bone. Ruin and Rising. Ruin and Rising I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to get to or not. Wait, I wanted to do this with my mic. Hold, please. If this is not working and I'm just holding this for no reason, that's kind of embarrassing. But anyways, Ruin and Rising, I'm thinking of waiting to read until I finish Shadow and Bone show on Netflix because I need the recap, so I'm watching that. So I'm gonna add it to my March TBR, but it might not be read in March either. We'll see how fast I get through the show because I also started watching The Walking Dead, and after that we're watching Supernatural, and I'm also watching Pretty Little Liars. Well, rewatching. I've watched it so many times. And we're also watching all the Marvel movies. So I'm in the middle of so many things. It's ridiculous. And then Throne of Glass, I am gonna start soon. It's just I'm planning on doing a reading vlog for it, and I'm just not in the mood to do that right now. So I'm reading like Haunting Adeline right now, and then I'll probably start Throne of Glass. But I am adding both of those books to my March TBR so then I can get to them in March. That's the way that it works on my channel, pretty much. Well, I used to do this a lot last year, but I stopped doing it because I stopped sticking to my TBR. But since one of my goals this year is to stick to my monthly TBRs, I am doing, if I don't complete the books in my TBR that month, I'm carrying it over to the next month. So, those 2 books are on there, and now I'm gonna pick 5. Oh my god! But now the problem with this is that now you heard that too much. I don't know what to do. ASMR, but it's not working. A book set in another country. So, can you read that? Yay! I ripped it a little bit, but that's okay. So, I'm from Canada. Woo! So, there's a lot of things set in another country. A lot of books are fantasy, and they're not even in this world. So, does that count? I don't know. I think I'll do a romance for this one. You know what I actually might do? I have an idea. I'm bringing you guys with me, and hopefully you guys can still hear me. Oh, that's also another thing. I have 2 options over here. I have Taming 7 and God of Fury. Okay, guys, I have decided on God of Fury by Rena Kent because it's a dark romance, so I'm pretty much always in the mood for a dark romance. There's very rare time that I'm not. The other option was obviously Taming 7, and Taming 7 I need to be in a specific mood for, so I didn't want to add it to my TBR and then I'm never in the mood for it this in March. So I'm taken by a beautiful nightmare. Okay. This is the 5th book in the Legacy of God series. I think it's the 5th one. I'm not attracted to men, or so I thought before I slammed into Nikolai Sokolov, a mafia heir, a notorious bastard, and a violent monster. An ill-fated meeting puts me in his path, and just like that, he has his sights set on me, a quiet artist, a golden boy, and his enemy's twin brother. He doesn't seem to care that the odds are stacked against us, staked. In fact, he sets out to break my steel-like control and blur my limits. I thought my biggest worry was being noticed by Nikolai. I'm learning the hard way that being wanted by this beautiful nightmare is much worse. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. I'm very excited. This is a lot of people's favorite book in the series, so I'm very excited. So far, my favorite book is the one just before this, which is God of Ruin, the blue one. Guys, if you notice, I have blood on my lip. I don't know where this came from. I woke up this morning and it was hurting, and I looked and I was like, what the hell happened to me last night? What the hell? Anyways, book one down. Let's pick the next one. Jesus Christ. The strangest cover on your shelf. Okay. What is the strangest cover? The strangest cover? Why would I put that? You know what? I have one, but I don't know if I'm gonna read it. Oh, God. I have Verity by Colleen Hoover. This one's pretty strange because I'm pretty sure, isn't that like a child in a net? I don't know. Also, Lowen Ashley is a struggling writer on the brink of financial ruin when she accepts a job offer of a lifetime. Jeremy Crawford, husband of best-selling author Verity Crawford, has hired Lowen to complete the remaining books in a successful series his injured wife is unable to finish. Lowen arrives at the Crawford home, ready to sort through years of Verity's notes and outlines, hoping to find enough material to get her started. What Lowen doesn't expect to uncover in the chaotic office is an unfinished autobiography Verity never intended for anyone to read, page after page of bone-chilling admissions, including Verity's recollection of the night her family was forever altered. Lowen decides to keep the manuscript hidden from Jeremy, knowing its contents could devastate the already grieving father. But as Lowen's feelings for Jeremy begin to intensify, she recognizes all the ways she could benefit if he were to read his wife's words. After all, no matter how devoted Jeremy is to his injured wife, the truth this horrifying would make it impossible for him to continue loving her. Anyways, it's like a thriller, and I just know that something happens to children, I'm pretty sure, because one of my old coworkers' wives loves reading. And she read this book and she was like, it was pretty good, but I don't like books about like children, like things happening to children, because she has, uh, I think 5 or 6 kids. Not that I like things happening to kids. Anyways, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a movie about this book. So might as well read it. I don't know. We'll see if I get to it. Let's pick the third one. Okay. I just dropped the whole thing. Okay. I'm not doing this one because I actually don't have a book. Well, maybe. No, I don't have a book. It says a book in a genre that you don't usually read. I don't have any books that like I don't usually read the genre of. And I don't feel like buying books for this. That's the thing. If it was last year, I totally would. But it's not. So I'm gonna pick a new prompt. Okay. A book by an author you haven't read before. So I don't even know if you can read that. Like, so my handwriting is kind of like chicken scratch. Not really, but it's like kind of like cursive y, and I know a lot of people can't read cursive. Like my boyfriend, for example. Okay, this is so weird. So my boyfriend and I we're the same age, okay? Literally, I'm like 22 days older than he is. Okay, I'm born November 4th, 2004, and he's born November 26th, 2004, okay? I'm 22 days older. Tell me why. I know how to read and write cursive, and he does not. We're the same age. We should both know how to do it. But maybe it's because I went to a French school and he went to a public school that was English, and I went to Catholic school. I don't know. But it was just like, what? I was shocked because we're the same age. Actually, for this prompt, I immediately know what I want. I immediately know. What did I just say? Okay, I talked about this book in my 26 books I want to read in 2026, so this is perfect. I am putting Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I've never read anything by V.E. Schwab, but I know that people love, love, love this author, and people have been ranting and raving about this book, so I'm very excited. Three young women, their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories tangling like roots. One grows high, and one grows deep, and one grows wild, and all of them grow teeth. I'm pretty sure they're all vampires. Am I wrong in saying that? I don't know. Let's read. This is a story about hunger. 1532, Santo Domingo de la Calzada. Don't quote me on that. A young girl grows up wild and wily. Her beauty is only outmatched by her dreams of escape. But Maria knows she can only ever be a prize or a pawn in the games played by men. When an alluring stranger offers an alternate path, Maria makes a desperate choice. She vows to have no regrets. This is a story about love. 1827, London. A young woman lives an idyllic but cloistered life on her family's estate until a moment of forbidden intimacy sees her shipped off to London. Charlotte's tender heart and seemingly impossible wishes are swept away by an invitation from a beautiful widow. But the price of freedom is higher than she could have imagined. She could have imagined. This is a story about rage. 2019, Boston. College was supposed to be her chance to be someone new. That's why Alice moves halfway across the world, leaving her old life behind. But after an out of character one night stand leaves her questioning her past, her present, and her future, Alice throws herself into the hunt for answers and revenge. This is a story about life, how it ends, and how it starts. Interesting. Next. Okay. A title that starts with a random letter, and then it says Ask Alexa. So, Alexa, pick a random letter.
I picked the letter J for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Happy to help.
What the fuck? J. Okay. Do I even have one that starts with J? I should look at my Goodreads. This will be so much easier if I do that. C, D, E, F, G, H, I. I don't even have a J. Alexa, pick a different random letter.
This time I got the letter E, different from that J I chose earlier.
Okay, so I have Empire of Storms, but that's like so far into the Throne of Glass series, so I don't know. Alexa, pick a random letter.
The letter L it is.
L.
3 times the charm, eh?
Yeah. Okay, so I have Legendary, but that's the third book if I'm not mistaken. No, it's the second book. Lightlark, I don't want to start that. Love and Lattes, that's a good option. Love Redesigned, no. Love Unwritten, no. Okay, so I'm in between Legendary and Love and Lattes. If I pick Love and Lattes, I can do a reading vlog because it's of like doing of reading the highest rated book on my TBR and the lowest rated book on my TBR because I'm pretty sure that's the lowest rated book. And then Legendary, I can do a different reading vlog of continuing series that I'm in the middle of. I think I might do that because I also have God of Fury and I can put that in the reading vlog, so I'm gonna go get Legendary. I need to really switch up my bookshelves. God damn. Books are everywhere but nowhere at the same time. Okay. Legendary by Stephanie Garber. This is the second book in the Caraval trilogy. I read the first book like so long ago, but I feel like I still remember the main thing about it. So, okay, what does it say? A heart to protect, a debt to repay, a game to win. After being swept up in the magical world of Caraval, Donatella Dragna has finally escaped her father and saved her sister, Scarlet, from a disastrous arranged marriage. The girls should be celebrating, but Tella isn't yet free. She made a desperate bargain with a mysterious criminal, and what Tella owes him no one has ever been able to deliver. Caravel master Legend's true name. The only chance of uncovering Legend's identity is to win Caravel. So Tella throws herself into the legendary competition once more, and into the path of the murderous heir to the throne, a doomed love story, and a web of secrets, including her sisters. Caravel has always demanded bravery, cunning, and sacrifice, but now the game is asking for more. If Tella can't fulfill her bargain and deliver Legend's name, she'll lose everything she cares about, maybe even her life. But if she wins, Legend and Caravel will be destroyed forever. Okay, okay. I'm pretty sure the first one was about Scarlet. Am I wrong, or was it Donatella? I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure it was in Scarlet's point of view, but I could be wrong. I don't remember at this point. I'll maybe look at recaps on TikTok of the first one. I don't know. Ooh, cover with flowers. Ooh, okay. I'm sorry about my nails, guys. My nails are kind of dumb. I used to get my nails done every 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and I've stopped because I could not afford it. But I'm thinking of like trying to learn how to do them myself. Thoughts, opinions? Do you think it would be hard? Oh, that's really interesting, actually. Does this book have flowers? It does. Okay, that's a good option as well. I have two options so far, but I'm leaning more towards. Oh my god, God of Fury would have worked for it. Okay, whatever. Okay, I've pretty much already made up my mind. That's another option. That's a good one, but also not. That's also another one. Okay, I think I've made up my decision. Where are you? Wait, no, this is the first one. Where's the second one? I'm in a little bit of a pickle because I thought I had it over here. Oh, it's right here. And I dropped my cowboy hat. Okay, ow. Okay, guys. So since I'm reading Haunting Adeline right now, I'm gonna put Hunting Adeline. See, there's flowers. There's flowers. This is the second book in the cat and mouse duet. So is perfect. I probably will want to read it like after this book. Not immediately after, but pretty close after. Then I could also put it in the reading vlog of continuing series that I'm in the middle of because a duet is technically a series. The Diamond. Death walks alongside me, but the Reaper is no match for me. I'm trapped in a world full of monsters dressed as men, and those who aren't as they seem. They won't keep me forever. I no longer recognize the person I've become, and I'm fighting to find my way back to the beast who hunts me in the night. They call me a diamond, but they've only created an angel of death, the hunter. I was born a predator, with ruthlessness ingrained in my bones, when what's mine is stolen from me in the night. Like a diamond hidden within a fortress, I find that I can no longer contain the beast. Blood will paint the ground as I tear apart this world to find her and bring her back to where she belongs. No one will escape my wrath, especially not those who have betrayed me. Okay, okay. I'm very curious about like what this is gonna like what's gonna happen because like this is 649 pages. And the first book is pretty much the same length, I'm pretty sure. Like it's 600 pages give or take, right? So, and these are dark romances. So, what are they doing being two books about the same people? And it's like thick books. I don't know. I am excited though. So, because a lot of people are loving these books, a lot of people are. I'm just late to the bandwagon because I've just always been intimidated by them for some reason. I think it's just because they're bigger books. And so, I don't know. So, these are the 5 books that I chose. And don't forget that I also have Throne of Glass and Ruin and Rising on here if I don't complete them in February. I'm just pre filming this way ahead of time. I feel like it's a pretty good TBR. It like gets me a little bit out of my comfort zone, I guess. Not my comfort zone because obviously I want to read all of these books, but like, oh my god, yeah, sorry. Legendary and Verity, I probably wouldn't have picked up anytime soon if not for these prompts. So I'm very happy that I put them on the TBR to hopefully, fingers crossed, get to it because it's ridiculous how long these have been on my shelf and I have not read them. Let me know what your March TBR is, or if you've read any of these books, give me some words of encouragement. Not that I really need them, but sometimes I do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.